YouTube. That means it might have worked. Oh my god, it did. Window tint class day 2.
Tint class day 2.
Everything is window tint class day 2.
Oh, I got the sound that you went live.
What's up, guys? Why are angled brackets not allowed? Book and appointment. Let's turn this on this time. Click save. Can I watch day 1 over? And right now it's being stupid. It keeps doing tint class day 2. So we're streaming from a new software, and it's supposed to carry over the title and the thumbnail and everything, and it still breaks, and then it goes live, and then I have to go in and change everything. But it doesn't give me all the stuff that I just typed. So then I have to find it and retype it all. Okay, so we're gonna go live on here.
Tint class day 2.
It works though. What's up? All right, so we got a Mustang. That's not a tint class. So this is that Mustang.
Not tint class.
No, this is the ones we're actually doing. So we're doing Apex, dual layer ceramic. We're doing that on everything with the windshield. So we're just getting things set up for that. Why does this look so goofy? Hang on. 2 seconds, tic-tac. And then, is it coming back? It came back. I don't know why it's doing that either. Can you check the TikTok stream? See if it looks squished? I feel like it looks squished. And I still don't know why. But I bet it does. I bet we all look. It does? Why? Looks good. No, it looks squished.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like wide, stretched wide.
Yeah. I don't know if I gotta restart it. Yeah, it still looks squished. That's goofy. Hang on, I'll be back. I'm gonna restart this thing. But TikTok, you guys are okay on YouTube. What are you guys talking about? Like, for real? My TikTok thingy seems like it's broken right now, so I'm gonna fix that. And we're gonna get going here. You know what I can do? Are you gonna hand cut these doors?
I could.
Do you want to?
Sure.
Here, I'm gonna hand you over to Daniel for now, and I'll figure out all this dumb stuff. Here, use this. And then you can get started on it. We got the 24-inch roll.
Sounds good. Okay.
All right, there you go. Might have just needed a reset. I don't know. Oh, I think it's fine now.
Oh, that's all good.
Yeah. It's okay. You can do it.
So I'm just swapping my blade here.
Okay, I guess it just needed a reset. Wow. What an exciting stream.
That's all working.
Yeah, everything's good now. I just had to restart the box because, of course, I did. What's up, guys? Everything good?
Is it this box I'm using right here? This little one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So we're doing Apex 5% on the sides and rear, and then we're going to do 50% on the windshield. So let's pull up our chat. Is it? No, I think it's okay.
I don't know. That looks okay.
There's some of it that's going to be fisheyed because it's just the camera, but it would like genuinely look smushed. This looks more okay. Yeah. All right. You got a sprayer? You're all good?
Yeah, it's a heavy roll.
Who's not?
Alright, I'm gonna
yeah,
go
yeah.
ahead and double cut these.
Mm-hmm. Okay, now there's sound. Good catch on that one. All right, sorry guys. We're doing 5%. Do you cut these ones out individually?
No, I double cut.
Good morning.
Yep, so I'm just taking some of my excess off the top here.
Oh, sweet. I can do stuff like the Taco Bell.
The Taco Bell sound.
Yep.
Do you use that as like your super chat sound or anything?
That'll be the super chat sound. Yep. If somebody gifts, then. But then if somebody messes up here, then they get the Undertaker.
Dong. Do you double cut these, or would you prefer a single cut them?
I just single cut them out of habit.
So would you rather a single cut them?
Yeah, single cut one of them.
Okay.
It's also a 2 mil film, Apex is, so
Oh yeah, yeah. I can tell it's really thick, and the roll is pretty heavy.
just getting used to it. Any advice to practice tint with no garage? Find a garage.
Find a
Like,
garage.
You gotta find a workspace. That could be, you could rent an oversized storage unit and pull a car in there. But you need a space to practice in. You really do. It's very hard to do anything outside because you have so much more working against you.
A little blade there at the bottom.
How do you usually go about windows or tinting windows that don't roll down? Windows should roll up and down. If they don't, you're just gonna get a mediocre result. So you'll treat it like a quarter window with a gasket all the way around. Just do the best you can, but it's not gonna look near as good. Been in business 40 years last year, down 30%. Crazy, damn. That's no fun. Yeah, I think we just made a big tier adjustment and called around a bunch of shops. Everybody's just selling ceramic now. What film to start off with when getting into business? I mean, it's good to have a less expensive film just to practice with, but as far as a film to actually sell, you're gonna want to use just a good brand of film. We use GeoShield. Have you ever had any, or have you had problems with cold weather peeling the windows? No, but it's way more common in the wintertime. The film that you use and also how you tuck your windows will really make that apparent. So if you're getting more peeling in the winter, you gotta either cut your windows a little farther or make sure your bottom edge is sealed up a little bit nicer. Yeah, lift the camera a little bit, I think. Just as you're leaning, it's really tough to see. Yeah, that's a little bit better. It's a little tricky on a Mustang because it's shorter.
Yep, so I'm just setting up to cut my top edge here.
Yeah, I'll let you talk through what you're doing.
Okay. Yep, so I just want to smooth this out along the top before I make my cut so I don't get any ripples in it. And then I like to give myself a lot of blade. Start here at the very edge. And then just go smoothly across. Just like that.
Where'd you get the watch band from?
What, the watch?
Yeah,
That's just the default band for the Galaxy Watch. It's the Galaxy Watch 6. They had a deal on it on Amazon.
Nice.
Yep. So now I'm just going to the peel board to kind of connect my dots here. Where's the straight edge?
Right here. Here.
Sorry.
Yeah, you can hang that here too.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even notice that.
Here. Let me take the camera for now.
Okay.
That'll make it a little bit easier. What do you think of the film Tint X? Tint X is. Oh, is it a little squished? No, I think it's okay. Good enough. Tint X. I mean, it's good practice film. I've never liked how hazy it was. The only tier that they have that is decent though that I liked, or that was decent enough was Pure Max.
So I got just a little bump right here, so I'm just gonna kind of smooth that out with my ruler. And then down here, I'm kind of just connecting the dots here. I kind of like to do a decent amount with the straight edge. Just because I like a really straight, smooth cut. Like that.
Is it possible to be self-taught? Yes, absolutely.
I mean, like I worked around like people obviously like who knew how to tint, but like a lot of stuff, a lot of my own techniques are kind of self-taught. I didn't really have anybody over my shoulder. Just rounding my corners.
Opinions on ASWF. I've always got ASWF stories that.
Yeah, did we just get that question yesterday?
Yeah, it's funny to have that one again today.
Yeah.
Why aren't you using the plotter? It just depends. We're not in a rush with this one. You get a better, more exact cut if you can just hand cut it. But plotters are still really nice for a lot of things. Oh, it is still squished. Yeah, it is still squished. What the hell? That's goofy. I don't know what's going on with TikTok. Damn software updates.
So now I'm just setting this up to shrink.
Who is this guy? This is my younger brother, Daniel. He's been tinting for a long time. He's going to be tinting here a few days a week.
Who is this guy?
Who is this guy? Any tips for two-piecing large windows? What kind of windows? Everything's generally not two-pieced. I haven't two-pieced a window in a long time. All right. Shrinking. Should you
Yep.
snap shrinking or regular
Yep,
shrinking?
I'm gonna snap shrink, so I'm just gonna go ahead, grab this at the bottom here, hold my heat gun just a little ways away. I don't want to get too close up to it because I don't want to burn the film. And then I'm just gonna work slowly across like this. Kind of look for the curve appearing in the window. Go back and forth a few times. And then at the bottom, I'm just going to make sure that I don't have any fingers on here. So I'm going to go back across like this right at the very bottom. This definitely is a bit slower shrinking film, I can tell, because of it being so thick.
Yeah, it'll be a little bit slower.
You said it's 2 mil, right?
But it's got 2 layers of ceramic, so you also want to baby it a little bit more because of that. The ceramic will hold a lot of heat.
Right. Yeah, so just have some patience with it.
Yeah.
I'm going to set this up on the peel board.
So you see that curve right there?
Yeah.
That is what you want to see.
The smile. I always call it the smile.
We don't smile here.
You want to see the film smile at you.
You see these ripples? There's not like a lot of tension here. This is all even. It looks really good. And then this is nice and flat. But yeah, we're doing Apex on everything. We're gonna have to teach some stuff too. Leave the scraps on the car. Scraps go in a trash can.
Oh, no scraps on the car?
I mean, I'll set them on like the windshield if that's not prepped, or like a glass surface. I'll still sometimes just like, I don't know, I feel weird about just throwing them on everything.
Oh, okay. I'll keep that in mind. I just thought that was the tradition, was throwing the scraps on the car.
Is ASWF not good? Why do we keep getting asked about it?
Probably because ASWF is on my belt. I'll have to grab a new belt.
Actually, for sure.
I
We're
don't
gonna
hate-
have to do something about
Yeah.
that.
I'll give me a couple of ergodyne belts. I'll use.
It's just because
those.
we're not using ASWF.
Yeah, I mean, I don't hate ASWF. He hates ASWF, so
Yeah, I have a bad history with that film. He doesn't have a bad history with that film, so.
yeah. And well, ASWF is really local to us as well. That's part of why I used them for a while. Where's GeoShield at? Is GeoShield Louisiana?
Yeah, GeoShield is out of Louisiana and Vegas.
So when you order film, how long does it take to get here?
Here it's gonna take 3 days.
Yeah.
So that's
ASWF
definitely
next day.
yeah. Yeah, location is always nice. So if you're closer to a distributor, it's always better. Bad history. What is the bad history with ASWF? I learned the term UV bloom from ASWF. So they made a change to their glue, and as water sat in between the film and the glass, it would cause the glue to crystallize. So we were tinting cars, and then all of a sudden we had cars coming back with a bunch of dirt speck looking spots, but everything would go away looking nice, and then we'd have to redo a bunch of stuff because the glue would crystallize and ruin the film. That's, every company's going to have its faults, so I won't throw a company under the bus for like a film failure necessarily, but it was how they handled the situation that was terrible. It went on far too long, and their story kept changing, and then it just got so bad that they started losing a bunch of accounts and started actually kind
Who
of
was
like
it-
giving us
was
the
it,
whole picture.
Was it Tom that you?
Yeah, we were ordering through Tom, but it was Tom had an issue, and then it was.
I was about to put that on the roof.
Just wanted to straighten that out. Oops. All right, go ahead.
All right.
Really? How long ago was this? That's the other thing.
Because Todd isn't even with them anymore.
It was long enough ago now. So this was 2016, 2017, somewhere in there. And now that crystal technology is known as ceramic. But yeah, every film, like I said, every film's company is gonna have its issues with film. That's one thing, but it was just they handled it really, really bad. Okay, I'm gonna switch this to back ultra wide again.
How's my cutout looking? Is that pretty good?
Can you get closer?
Maybe not now. You want to peel it back?
I'd like it a little closer if we could. Do you prefer a plotter or hand cutting? I prefer them for different situations. Yeesh. You might have to just redo it then. I thought you were gonna
What, slide it over?
yeah.
It was already mostly squeegee.
Yeah, but I think at this point we probably got to redo it.
Too dirty, yeah?
Probably.
We'll see.
All the glue marks about to sit in already. No, it's not. It's not going to dry that fast. It's not going to dry where you're going to have a bunch of glue marks really quickly. So I like to get it like.
Look right up there?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
If there's space and you can get it closer.
So like that better?
Yeah, that placement's a lot better. It's closer. Still like it a little bit closer on the left, but. I'm assuming that we're probably gonna have to redo it. Where'd my glass cleaner go? It's just anytime the film gets pulled back, it generally sucks stuff in. On a frameless, though, you're more likely for it to be okay.
What do you think? You want me to redo it?
Yeah, I see something.
Okay.
No, that's on the outside. Let's just redo it. All right. Here. Let me cut this one out. Let me see the necklace thing. Or no, I'll have you hold it. Yeah, give me that. And I'll have you hold the camera for this. And I'll cut this one out.
Okay.
All right. Frameless are always fun. You like pointing the camera at the floor.
Sorry, I was getting a,
You-
getting a drink quick.
If you walk away with the camera, try
here.
and just not like pointing at the floor. Imagine you're watching.
Right, sorry, I was just, scraping a drink.
That's fine. Okay. So, a little overlap on the bottom because this has a curve. And then let's trim off the excess here. Still gotta figure out why it's squished. I feel like that happened in a software update. But I don't know. But that's no good for TikTok. But YouTube is fine. So we take the same video feed, we split it, and for some reason in one device it looks different than the other one. Okay, so we're gonna take our knife, a little bit of blade here, just that first click. And then we're gonna cut this bottom edge. Tear away our excess. And I'm gonna start with just getting a side edge here. And so for these, we need to get our cuts to sit inside. So we need to make our window just a little bit smaller, but we still got a gasket seal on the front. So we overlap the front a little bit. And what I'll do is I'll make a cut here on that side. And then I'll shift it back over just a little bit to try and get my cuts lining like as close as I can. And for that, I like this knife. This knife has a really thin, extra sharp blade. So I like using that for all these cuts right here. So I'm just gonna cut the straight part.
Yeah, I'm used to using stainless for pretty much all my cuts.
Have you tried these knives yet?
I don't have one of the green holders yet. I think the green holder makes a difference because when I put it in the regular red dot, it was a little bit flimsier of a cut, I felt like.
Yeah. Because the nice thing is you can use the holder to kind of hold the tint up against the glass as you're making that cut. Okay, now let's go back to this. I'm gonna snap off a section. I always use the snapper on the stainless too. I don't like the plastic snapper. All right. So for these cuts, I'm gonna put out about 3 or 4 clicks and then try and get a close view of this. So we're gonna just poke this in, slight angle downwards. And then try and keep the same angle throughout your cut. So the door curves, so our blade then curves with it. You get a nice clean cut. So now we're gonna straighten out our edges over on a board. You can do that with any straight edge. Aluminum rulers work really well. Corked back rulers work well.
When you round this corner, you know, the very top, do you have any useful tips for getting that like an exact fit with the window?
I wish. I guesstimate it and I just cut it a handful of times till I get it really close. So I'm gonna kind of guess the curve. I know it's got to be more curved than that, but I'll match it up on the car and I'll just try a couple times and just kind of dial it in. I wish I had something that was a little bit more
Yeah, I mean that's
straightforward.
That's about what I do.
I've tried rounding them out right on the car, and I'll get it pretty close, but I still have to make some adjustments. So I just tend to worry more about making my cut straight, and then I'll sit there. So like Teslas will kind of be annoying for that.
Yeah, well, sometimes what I've done is I've left it on the car, like, or well, I've kind of put it on the car but moved it like a little bit away from the corner, so I'm not using my blade like how we normally cut it. I'm just kind of drawing like an outline, sort of,
Yeah.
and then I'll go to the peel board and finish the cut.
So this will overhang by quite a bit. Another thing is you could even let this dry out some. So if I get it pretty close and it's overlapped a little, I'll let it dry out and then just shave off the corner.
Right.
Just as long as you're really close though. Like with all your edges, or else it'll look weird. Yeah, we way over. So let's match this up about where we need it. A little bit more. Yeah, that's pretty close. Probably a little bit over. Which is not bad. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it there. We're gonna see how this lines up. And then I'm probably gonna have to just touch it up a very small amount after the fact. But I'll let it dry first. Other tips on not slicing through the gaskets. So whenever you're cutting up against the gasket, just don't extend your blade out very far and angle it in the opposite spot or direction as the gasket. So on your knife, whenever I'm cutting the side edges, just use that. Because what's happening is the holder then presses the tint against where that seal is, and then this is the only part that's cutting it. If you do this, then you're gonna have wavy cuts, and then you also leave your blade really extended, and that's gonna cut against the seal. We don't want that. See the time. So let the heat gun warm up. Flatten out those edges. Should be good. And then if we want to check it, we will spray some water. And then pretend to tint the window on the outside. So this is a wet check. See where we're at. Looks good.
No fingers.
Nice and flat. All right, so I'm gonna keep this here. No, I'll do it off of the board. We can move it closer, at least for this side. Okay. Oh, these go down. I didn't even notice that. All right, window is already cleaned off, so all we need to do is just squeegee it off. We're all ready to go. So we're gonna peel this all at once. Cross our fingers. We're basically bottom loading without removing the seal. This is the way I was taught on frameless. I've tried two-staging frameless. It just doesn't work out that way.
Yeah, weren't you? I thought you were originally taught two-staging frameless. 'Cause I remember that from back in the day.
It's been so long. I swear the guy that taught me most of what I know taught me this way, and then later on, when I tinted a frameless with him, he was like, "No, I don't do that." I was like, "What? What do you mean?"
Yeah, you were like, "That's crazy."
I've seen it done, but I just feel like you don't have much space.
Yeah, I don't see any reason to two-stage a frameless window.
All right, that's good.
Yeah, that's a pretty useful technique with the shank there. 'Cause I usually always have to squeegee out my bottom first.
Because they balloon out.
Yeah.
Yeah, another cool thing that we use that's helped out a lot is the pink clean. That works really well because you can kind of squeegee out some of the air without disturbing the placement of the film too much. Kind of works like a brush.
Oh, you get the little mini handle there.
Yeah, for the stamp. I use them. I use them all the time. Way more than I thought I would.
Mostly for like getting around, like the letters there and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, because they're really mushy, so they like squish down.
That makes sense. Yeah, I never really thought of it for that.
Just a little extra like detail thing. All right. We got one door window.
Nice close edge.
Yay. Okay. Throw that away. Need windshield tinted on a new Gen Impala. Are you in the Sterling Heights area? We can do that. I need more coffee. We should put a coffee machine like here or there.
Right there.
That could be actually that spot right there. I don't think there's any outlets right here yet. This could be a little coffee station.
Yeah, that would be a good spot.
Because we've got the machine back there,
And then
but like while you're streaming,
And then keep
Right?
keep all the K cups and stuff in the tool shelves.
there you go. Keep the extra waters nearby. The Nespresso is a pretty good one for like getting you through the day, or if, like while you're at the shop. I like it. Okay, so
I keep having an issue with my Nespresso at home. I have to like open and close the lid several times to get it to actually like detect it.
Oh.
It'll just like keep telling me that there's like no pod in there, and then it leaks all the time.
yeah, you gotta swap that out.
Just another Amazon return I gotta make.
I know. It's just another thing to do. Detroit? Yeah, we're in Sterling Heights, Detroit Tint Studio. We definitely take care of that. Give us a call. Cool. All right. I'll go ahead and do this door.
Do you want me to get like some of the back glass done or some of the quarter windows done or anything like that?
Yeah. So start doing that. Start working on the back window.
Okay. Dryer sheets. Right here.
Yes. Or the soap bar, whichever one you want to try.
I could do this so far. What do I just get it a little bit wet and smear it into this
Yep.
basically?
Yep, and just coat it. All right, so we need razor blade, towel, greetings. I learned how to tint by watching your videos. Hell yeah. We got a sticker here too that I almost didn't even notice. Actually, that's a good way to handle it. Sorry, guys, one sec. We got somebody that just put in a quote request. Hey, there was a guy that just put in a quote request named Alan. Can you give him a call? So we gotta switch over the bot films and pricing. Okay, so we got a 24-inch roll of 5. Again, this is Apex dual ceramic. Let's cut this off. We're gonna line this up a little bit below the seal, just because that bottom of the window curves.
It's 5% of the back glass too, right?
Yes. Yeah, and just go a little slower with it,
Right.
because it'll, like I said, it'll hold heat, and it'll basically hold heat, continue to shrink a little bit farther. So,
Okay.
especially because we only have one,
Right.
one,
Like you said.
one piece,
One try.
one piece. We got more on the way. We're just down to our last 5 on that. We got one good shot at it. Okay. So when you make your cuts, put the blade out about that far for the beginning cuts. So just that first click. And then we're going to wedge it here against the glass and riding the seal. Right like that. See where that cut is? Tear away. And we're gonna make that same cut. So my knife is just like this. We're gonna make that same cut right down here. Poke. Trim. And then that should tear away.
It's spam.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. It's an out of country.
Oh, okay.
Trying to get us to sign up for something for search.
Okay. Well, I guess that's why it didn't even.
They filled out a form last night too. And
That's annoying. Yeah, I gotta catch the bot up to speed on the different films and pricing.
yeah, and I figured out why it's not responding to phone calls. It's the same reason. When it sends the, hey, you missed your call, it puts on the AI stop time.
Oh,
That's why
there's
just once and we never.
there's some that seem like somebody will call, and it's almost not even doing a missed call text back on some of them. Maybe there's spam ones. I'm not sure yet. But there'd be some like right around 4 or 5 o'clock that didn't get that message, that were just like, call went straight to voicemail. And then just nothing happened afterwards. Oh no, I want to do this first. Let's cut this side. So we're going to cut our side edge first. Tear that away. Lock that down. I'll just give myself a little bit of margin. Smooth that edge out. It's kind of blurry. On YouTube? Patrick, what's up? Been a long time since we had a chat. Looks like we've both been grinding. Yes. A lot of that. How you doing, man? All right, so to make this cut, we're gonna put our knife about that far, poke it in. And then slip out, and then we're gonna start back here. There we go. Love when that happens. Let's make sure they all matched up nice and close though. All right, perfect. It's kind of blurry and I have 5G. Why? I don't know. I don't know. I'd have to look at settings. No, still doing okay, I think. Okay, so we good. We're at window. Oh yeah, I want to click back on here.
Have you thought about getting any sort of peel board for the other side of the car? It's like a portable thing.
Yeah, I definitely would like something.
Oh, like that, or
They're not great for trimming, but they're fun to peel off.
oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the only hang up. Maybe a small piece of glass stuck to the top portion. I might end up removing those cut pieces though. Because they have this cutting material that they use for cutting like vinyl signage on a table. So you can just make lots of cuts in a row.
Oh, yeah.
But it's more of like a box cutter type cut than trying to like delicately trim window film. Or did I just spray the wrong side? camera looks a little dirty. Could be. We'll wipe it off. One of these. I'm gonna retrim that top edge just a little bit. Do you have the workhorse? Yeah, but it collects dust. Thank you. We got that thing over there, and so anytime I have to plotter cut something, I go to that. Can't tell if it's the camera or the Wi-Fi that's lagging. I do not know. The streaming, there could be a million little problems. I don't know if it's on my end, if it's on the internet, or what.
This film shrinks really nice.
Yeah?
Yeah, I like it. It fits around the corners very, very easily.
Good.
And the curves.
Yeah, I think you'll like all their films as far as shrinking goes. My only gripe is tackiness. But that's really with like Pro Nano and Pro Classic. It's a lot less with C2, both carbon and ceramic, and Apex. You just don't have that quite that same aggressiveness because it's an acrylic glue. It slides a little bit better.
I see.
You're gonna get a green wrap for your heat gun? We should, huh? For me, it's good, so I don't know. Yeah, if the stream's good, like I just hear it from one or two people, then it's just location or your internet, then, which gives me a little peace. So then it's nothing on my end. We got enough stuff running in the background. So I'm glad that seems to be working. This is Apex. You should use the Osmo. I've tried. I don't know what it is about the Osmo Action. It's a beautiful action camera. As soon as I try and stream with it, it just doesn't work. I'm using a weird device thingy to connect it to the computer that the Osmo doesn't like. And then I've tried streaming directly off of it to YouTube, and then I've had other issues. So, I don't know. There we go. That's pretty. This is going to be a nice top edge. That lines up there. Now we just got this notch we got to take care of. The Pocket 3. Yep. Oh, no. Not the Pocket 3. The Osmo. That's what I'm thinking of. Like the Osmo Action. I haven't tried the Pocket 3, but somebody's got to hold that the entire time. I mean, I haven't tried clipping it onto my body, but can you give me a time estimate? We'll probably be done in an hour. Do you recommend I buy or rent a heat gun? I plan to
Wait,
install
rent?
tint.
They said rent a heat gun?
They did. Where do you rent a heat gun from? That was going to be my question.
I'm renting this heat gun for the low, low price of $20 a month.
The ones we're using, I think they're like 20, they're 25 to like 30 bucks. You could go buy one and then just return it once you're done. Who's the new guy? That is Daniel. He is my younger brother. Been tinting for a long time at my dad's shop, and he's here a couple days a week now. Ooh, let's spray this. You can rent them at Walmart? Really? I didn't know that. You can rent anything at Walmart.
You have the light anywhere around here?
All the lights are up there.
Okay.
Can you? I didn't know that. I've never tried to rent anything from Walmart, so I had no idea. And I'm just spraying some water. Just flushing out what was ever in here. I like that. That looks better.
Yeah, it makes me think of that Always Sunny episode where they rent the couch. I don't know if you've ever seen that one.
Was that an older season?
I think it's like, no, it's one of the newer ones. I think it's like
Oh.
season 12 or 13.
I have not seen probably since like season 10 or 11.
Yeah, they like rent an inflatable couch and they're like talking about how much money they saved on it when they're paying for this couch for like 2 years.
I'm okay. Thank you though. Does this building ever feel humid? In the summertime. Wintertime is exact opposite. It just gets so dry. Cold and dry. See, this works really good as a peel board. Just if I was to make those really fine cuts, it's really difficult on that stuff.
Yeah, I see.
Billboard is good, but it's really got to be wet.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe I could just put like a smaller piece of glass on it. Just at like the main area where you're gonna cut.
Oh yeah, you could do like a strip.
Mm-hmm. That might be
You
worth.
really need something like this wide and a foot tall
Yeah,
for making cuts.
that might be worth doing.
I thought about like a mobile thing like that where you could have like a piece of glass that's 3 feet long and 4 inches tall that would like suction cut to a car, so you can just cut on that.
Yeah.
But then you gotta move it. It's fragile.
Yeah, I've seen some people use easels or they'll just carry around a big piece of acrylic or something. Car to me, that's my peel board. Works well enough. Looking good, nice and close. Oh, we definitely shrunk. If we didn't shrink, we'd be having some serious problems right now. So the customer backed the car in and I didn't move it, which isn't a huge deal. Just looking this way, I don't have any monitors this way, so if I miss a question, I have to turn around. It slid. Bastard. That's the worst. So it's sliding here. There we go. Now it's loose. It just slid somewhere. Let's push it back. Nice. Whew. Yeah, I use a tint keg. I like an air compressor, personally. But I don't know. I was always tinting at different shops. And my own setup, I have a nice quiet air compressor. So I just fill it up once and I don't worry about it. You're wearing red for Lumar. What? Why Lumar? Going good. All right, we'll let that dry. Looking good. If you double tint a window, how long would you have to wait for the second layer? You do the second layer right away.
Do you have any like when it's really dark tint like this, and I'm following along the cut tape, do you just use a light when you do that?
Yeah, I shine it through the tint.
Okay. Yeah, because it was a little bit trickier than I was thinking, looking at the cut tape through dark tint. 'Cause I'm
Yeah.
mostly just used to it on windshields with the lighter shade.
5% gets a little tricky. Anything below the 20 or 15, I still usually take a light.
Yep, this all shrunk down really nicely. I'm just getting the corners where it was lifted from the tape. But that should be all set to go.
Looks good. How's the weather? It's starting to warm up. We had a big freeze over. Snowed some, not crazy though.
And you want me to set up cut tape on the quarter window too, right?
Yeah. Let's do this, the back window, and then we'll do the quarters.
Okay.
Bulldozer, tail fin, shortcut.
There we go. New, not just shortcut, new limited edition shortcut.
That's right. It is. We got special editions. This is what they usually look like. Ew. This is what ours looks like. Wow. It's themed. So you shrink all glass? Yeah, typically. Like these types of quarter windows, you don't have to. They've got a little curve, so I tend to just shrink basically everything a little bit. Okay. Ooh, clay bar. Where did mine go? Mine probably got tossed then, huh? Yikes. How's the AI going? Are a lot of people signing up? We're yes and no. We're keeping it manageable because there's so many things that are working and every company is so different. But it's going really, really well. We just got, I'll show you. Hang on. Let me set up a little demo here. So yeah, this will be perfect to show you guys. You can start cleaning the inside.
Clay bar and scrubby.
Yeah, but I don't know where the clay bar went. So just use a scrubby in that case. And then we'll turn on the defrosters.
Okay.
Unless-
There's a couple in here.
Oh, perfect. Okay. Yep. Then use that. Okay. Delete. Okay. You guys want to see? So this is just texting our shop right now. This is what it's going to be like. So I'm going to say hello. Or we'll just say hello, right? Just a random message. And then Daniel will work on cleaning and keeping this going along. Oh, multitasking, I like it.
Man, I think this clay bar was probably sitting for a while because it's pretty sticky. So
But
I
they'll
think
be
this
sticky.
It is pretty. Well,
Oh,
it's
to the
like,
wrapper?
it's like part of the plastic.
Oh, can I turn off notifications so that doesn't pop up? There we go. Because I don't need a notification about it. Hello. Best ideas for a peel board. Building your own, trying to keep a low footprint, I think is one of the best here. So this is a foldable ping pong table. It's not going to be able to support a lot of weight.
Do you just use soapy water?
A stronger one would though, but something like this is pretty cool.
Do you just use soapy water? You don't
Yep.
use anything?
Yep,
Okay.
nothing special. Okay, so we got a response. Hey, thanks for reaching out. Need a vehicle tinted or help with something else. See that? And then we're gonna go, yeah, I need my, what are we saying? Let's do a Mustang. Mustang tinted. Tinted. Ooh, and I'll get this car started too. Oh, at this point, that's when I typically turn them on. All right, rear defroster, where are you? There you are. Turn that off. Turn speakers down. And we're just waiting on a response right now. Got it. What year of your Mustang? 2024. Now what's cool too is I could send multiple messages, and instead of getting multiple responses, I'll just get one. So if you have a typo or somebody just sends, you know, like 3 or 4 back-to-back messages really quick, it'll collect those and just give you one response. So that's part of the delay right now, is we're waiting to see if this is going to be like the final message, and then we'll get a response. How do you deal with large dot matrix around the rearview mirror? They just don't look very good. Which windows would you like tinted on your 24 Mustang? What's cool is I never said Ford. It knows. It just knows. So I just said I need my Mustang. So 24 Ford Mustang, full vehicle windshield or sides and rear only.
What windows would you like tinted on your dad's Mustang?
I'd like to do the full thing with the windshield. I was wondering, such a long response time. So it's a couple reasons. Like I said, there's like the message aggregator. So we intentionally put a 20 to 30 seconds delay. That could be shortened up, so these responses will then come in a little bit faster. But we also want it to seem a little bit more natural. So you know I'm talking to an automated system. Somebody that's just messaging us, they think they're just messaging the shop. So this would all be happening in the background. And so this is a really cool thing that we just added. So what do we have here? 24 Ford Mustang. These are your options, or this is something I'm personally tweaking for our shop right now. It knows the difference between sedans and coupes versus trucks and SUVs. So if this was an F-150, it would just suggest more options in the beginning, just as a, what are you looking to get tinted? And then so I'd like to do the full thing with the windshield, and so then it sends a snapshot of the films that we have and a spec sheet of them. So a little snippet of like what they are and some info about them, just right there in the conversation. And then it lists, along with that, just some info about all the films in case this didn't send really. Like, these are the options. What film would you like? Or what's interesting to you? And so I'm just gonna say I have no idea how much they are. Could I also get pricing without the windshield? What?
Should be all clean now.
Okay.
You want me to spray it down for you or anything?
I'll have you carry it in.
Okay.
So however you do it, just make sure it turns out nice.
I've got a Frankenstein.
Have you done a Bumblebee Camaro? No, I haven't actually. Are the windows any different, or are they just cool?
Like in one shot.
Yep.
Bit of Frankenstein.
Yep, I would too.
Oh,
Okay, so he's gonna Frankenstein this one.
good. Yeah, so I just like to get it really wet. Before I do that.
Okay.
Do you have a particular way that you like to carry them out when you do bag glasses?
I just carry him in the passenger side, but whatever makes it easier for you.
Well, then I'm going in the right side.
Okay, so this is also the pricing. Here's your 24 Mustang. So it gave me pricing for the full vehicle with the windshield, which is what I asked initially. But here, I got 2 messages here, so it combined both of them together. So it also is giving me pricing just for the sides and rear only. The job will take about 4 hours for the full vehicle with the windshield, 3 hours for just the sides and rear. I love that type of thing. So it'll give time estimates too, based on whatever you tell it. So do you need any additional info? When can I get it done? You love carrying in a full Mustang.
I feel like my back is great.
Are you old too?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm old.
Uh-oh. It's just a cool car. No, I'm a little sad. I actually don't get a lot of the cool ones. I haven't had a Cybertruck in here, unfortunately. I didn't get a C8 Corvette in here until they were out for a year. I get a lot of like nice looking cars, but very rarely do I get something special and fun. Yeah, this corner, careful of this is pinching a little bit.
Yeah. I'm just trying to shift it to get it over in this.
Everything else is looking good. And while he's placing that, when can I get it done? You can book an appointment, DetroitTintStudio.com/book. Appointments start at 10 a.m. You can pick the film and the shades in the appointment. Let us know if you have any questions. Whew. Nice. So if I click this, it's going to take me to our website, and this has our booking calendar. So you could do full car, front doors with a windshield, or whatever I was asking about. Full car with full windshield, click book, and then I can check the schedule. Choose a time slot, 1 o'clock. Select time, and I can fill out this info and schedule the appointment. We can collect a $50 deposit for the appointment in there too. So it's just nice when somebody goes to our website, they fill out a lead form, or they just shoot us a message on Instagram, Facebook, text message, or if we miss a phone call, that's what it's for. Bots are gonna like, hey, missed a phone call, or like, sorry, we missed your phone call, how can I help you, to try and get something going. So if you're after hours and you just don't answer people at all hours of the day, you know, you're asleep, bottle stepping. So we try to, the way that the conversation is trained is to be as much, it's trying to be as similar to a person that would naturally respond to them as possible. It's very nice, and he plans to combine it with the CRM. Yes. So like it's already tied in. So I'll pull it up on the screen, but that's where the real magic happens. It's just a lot to try and explain that all at once to people. If we just say CRM or whatever they tune out, it's part of a CRM suite. It's just the bot and the automations that we have are really like set it and forget it type of things. Looking good. Ooh, nice. I want to wipe this off, but I just wanted to let him first do what he normally does and just get it squeegeed out. And then I'll wipe it off and check it. That looked like it went really good though. It always threw me off when somebody was wiping off the outside as I'm squeegeeing it off for the first time. I don't know if he feels the same way, but. Okay, so this, I know we gotta, oh, here's one. Let's grab these things. Do you guys use salt on the roads? Oh yeah, everything's coated in salt here. Is it a part of TintWiz or something different? It's part of something different, but we can do a TintWiz integration. Because there's things about it that just don't work as nicely. So our app is way more communication focused, but we're building some extra fun things in. The automatic quote system is really fun. There's a dry spot here. Peel the film back and wet this. Okay. And then I would just squeegee the whole thing over. It all looks really good. There's just some extra water right in here with some air pockets that I'm a little concerned. So with those defrosters, it's probably tacking up pretty fast. There you go. Where can I get those good looking tint tools? 313tint.com.
Across the bottom here?
Yep. Yep. And then that. Good. Try and press. Don't drag it up. Push it all over. Because it'll drag air out of the defrosters. So really hard right here, and you'll catch all the water. There's just some extra water sticking right along here. There you go. Yes. And then right here along this defroster line. There you go. Got it, got it. There it goes, there it goes, there it goes.
Got it.
Sick. Okay, that's good. That all looks nice. So just some stuff over on the edges here. Little. Oh shit. Pull the film back here. Pull the film back, get it up to here, and you'll be good. A little bit, just a little bit. There you go. Just make sure you get a nice water line going all the way up there. Nice. That should be good. All right, I'm gonna get going on this windshield. Do they come signed? I mean, if you ask us to sign something, we'll definitely sign it. I feel weird pre-signing stuff, though, so I don't. I feel like more people would be like, why did he draw my nice new tool? What a tool. What a tool. What kind of steamer do you recommend for removal? Just any like cloth steamer is totally fine. We have a Jiffy steamer that we like, but I wouldn't say it's really much better than going to Walmart and just getting a $60 steamer. How much do you charge for removals? Typically the cost of a tint job. They always just add a lot of work, especially if you retint it. What's up?
Do you have a box making
Get a wax paper from Jason, and then we can set it on that, and then it won't stick to anything. Cool, so we'll let that set up, and we'll start tinting that windshield. Let me pull up. Okay. I only care so much here. So this was that conversation earlier, right? So this is that image that sent. Very nice. But yeah, this is the whole conversation. And then let me click through to the contact really quick. Just want to keep part of it. So it got the phone number, and then whatever, make it a little simpler, whatever was collected during that conversation, vehicle information. So like 24 Ford Mustang is already like on the contact. So if we talked about their name, oh yeah, this is a really good view for it. This keeps it all in line. Like, hello, thanks for reaching out. I need my Mustang tinted. 24 Mustang. And then you get all this. So yeah, keeps everything really streamlined. From here, you can do a lot more. You can run like marketing campaigns. You can do all sorts of fun stuff afterwards, but invoicing, payments, and the way that it handles inbound conversations and customers, that's what we really focused on. New dry shrink method. I'm always playing around with different stuff. Why not use dry shrink prep? It just depends on the situation. It tends to be a little sticky, especially if you use too much. So while I'm good with it, what we find is new people. Here's my 50% rule. So let's take this out of the box. Because you show a new person how to use it, even with a dryer sheet, they forget to spray, they spray too much, they just like in one ear, out the other until you like understand what you're doing and what you're looking for, and then we introduce it. So for the soap bars, people have recommended Irish Springs. So I was trying Irish Spring right now and seeing how that works out.
Yeah, I haven't really had any notable difference between dryer sheets and the Irish Spring.
Nice.
I did one side Irish Spring and the other side dryer sheets, and they were pretty much exactly the same.
My car is backwards, so I'm backwards. Okay. heavy. Very heavy. Oh. What is the dry shrink? Exactly. So, dry shrink is get everything dry, and then you coat the windshield in something. And we'll show everybody what that does. How long have you been tinting for? Too long. 16 years now? All right. At least a couple times. So that right there, getting it to stick. So you pick it up and then see how it's loose on the window there? As soon as I take a card, press it against the glass, it's now going to stick wherever I flatten it out. So really it acts like a wax. Oh, what? How'd these get crossed?
Oh, because of this weekend.
Yeah, I'll just bring this on this side. Can you untangle that one and move it over to that side? Too many hoses and extension cords. I made the mistake of getting the exact same color. It looks good, but then it makes everything confusing. It's like, damn it. They look too similar. Okay, so for shrinking, heat gun on high, 45-degree angle. We flattened it out here. We tack it on the very edge. Not this far, just the very edge here. Flatten that out. Get any side fingers going down. And then we start the shrinking. So this is Apex dual layer ceramic. This is like double tinting your windshield. So the 2 layers of ceramic are going to soak up a lot of heat. So you don't just want to go super fast and just put a ton of heat. What's going to happen is it's going to soak up heat, it's going to hold it, and then as soon as you take the heat gun away, it's going to continue to shrink down a little bit more. So you see how these are all nice and sideways now? But it might have looked like I pulled my heat gun away just a little bit early. So you're anticipating where it's going to be. All films will do that to some extent. You hit them with heat, let them shrink. They'll continue to shrink down a little farther past what you had the heat gun at, depending on how hot they got. So it's still going. It's still shrinking, still shrinking. Now it stopped. Shrinking, shrinking. Good. We're gonna do this top area. There's some bubble streaks near the edges of my tint. How can I fix it? You gotta redo it. Bubble streaks could be trapped air, dot matrix. I don't know what window it's on, but any imperfections that you see typically just means you have to redo it. Window film's really touchy. See? Continuing to shrink a little bit more. Nice, nice, nice. Let it cool for a second. I'm gonna push this out. The Apex is a living organism, the way that it moves. I don't even think I noticed that type of stuff happening until like way later, because I generally heat and would push down right away, so probably not even like giving it additional time to shrink farther, because that would probably help stop it. So when you press it against the glass will cool it down really, really quickly. But what we've noticed too is with like dryer sheets and just putting a lot of heat and then pressing the film into it, it can create a little dimpling in the film. It's really subtle. So honestly, for a long time, I just didn't notice it. I thought it was more the film, but I think it's more the shrinking. You can 100% create it. So there's times I'll just forget and I'll just shrink a window and install it. But again, it's like a really subtle thing. Most people are never gonna notice, but especially on windshields, you want to try and force yourself to wait for them to cool down a little bit when you're using a ceramic. Let the ceramic cool off a little bit and then use the card to smooth it out. So we don't need to ever press it while it's hot, because you shrink it first, and then as long as it looks like this, you can smooth it forward at any time. There we go, looking good. Let that cool off a little bit. We'll work on the top. I have a roll of Apex sitting around. This makes it look easy. Apex shrinks great. It's just as straightforward as all their other films as far as like technique and whatever. It's just with an additional layer of ceramic. You just want to go a little bit slower with it. You could still go fast, but you might notice those things that I mentioned. It's just good to give it a little bit of time to relax first. But there you go. Okay, so we're gonna trim this out. What's the white line? The white line is glass aid. We cut on that instead of cutting directly on the windshield. We don't want an oopsie scratch. Oopsie scratches are expensive.
Or a back glass falling and shattering on the ground.
Or a back glass falling. We don't want that either. You know, forget you have a microphone.
Oh, what?
I said I forget you have a microphone.
If I'm too close to you, I wonder if it's weird, like going in both microphones at once.
It should be fine because they're synced up. Have you tried the Meta glasses? They need a little. The quality was good. You can't stream off of them. Well, you could stream to Instagram for 30 minutes. They're just not. They're really good. They just frustrate me because they stop recording after a minute. So you can only do like minute clips. So I would like intentionally try and do something really short, and it would still be like 2.5 minutes or something. It's very hard to get something inside of 60 seconds or record clips. And then it's paired to my phone. So anytime my phone would ring, I get a phone call through the glasses, and it would stop recording. Screws up Zuckerberg. I made my own though. So this guy right here, this is a pretty nifty one. Insta360 Go. This pops out of here. And then it's got a magnet on the back. So I have an actual like prescription pair of glasses. And I screwed a bracket to the side of it. So I could keep this camera in my pocket and then just do that. So it's if I just install, I can do something like that, or while I'm streaming, I can record a clip. Where's Google Glass? Google Glass. Remember when everybody said it was creepy? It was like super expensive and everybody said it was creepy.
What, Google Glass is?
Mm-hmm.
I still feel like it is.
Yeah, but now you have Meta glasses. You can do the exact same thing.
Oh, well, yeah, I mean, Amazon's trying, like, their own thing, too.
Yeah.
I mean, they're all going to try it.
I think the Meta ones are actually successful. So they came out with that first version. They iterated, made a new version. And I think they're like way popular enough that they finally like caught on. The Google Glass was just a little bit early. Not enough features. Probably trying to do too many things. But now everybody's got their phones out and are vlogging everywhere anyway. So it's just like, oh yeah, it's just another vlogger. If you even notice.
I just
which
feel
is
like
kinda
it's
the
going
point.
to... It's probably going to end up being another YouTuber thing.
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, yeah, especially with the success of shorts and reels, it's like perfect for that. I just the what would make them perfect for me is if they recorded longer clips and then it goes immediately into like probably an AI assisted video editor
Yeah.
where it can just figure out what the point of what you're doing is. The problem is the recording light on the Google Glass really killed the vibes. It like the whole thing, it wasn't like part of your glasses, it was like a thing on your glasses is kind of what it looked like. But they put a little like slow blinky light on the Meta glasses that you're not allowed to turn off or block. You can't cover it or else they shouldn't record. So they still are trying to like break that little creepiness barrier. But I think it's just everything has grown up so much more where it's just like, wherever you walk into, it's like it's almost expected. Like you're not thinking about it, but you're not really surprised anymore. Okay. So we gotta clean this off. And then we will, I should put that there. Okay. I blocked you off.
Wait, what was it?
I said I blocked you off from the quarter windows.
Oh.
Here, you can hold the camera for this part.
Yep.
Ooh. Good, I can actually take that off for now. On a windshield, that makes it hard.
Probably more comfortable than like the head contraption thing you had.
For most of it, yeah. But it's not great when you're installing anything but doors. Doors, it's cool. Windshields and back windows, it's just not there.
Just kind of gets in the way.
Yeah, it gets in the way too much. This is a good example of something that's a little bit too tight on the bottom for its own good.
Yeah, I always try to make sure I cut that bottom extra close because of that gasket at the bottom.
I like to cover up as much as I can. So I'm one to typically do a dash towel instead of a rope. but just trying to get that like seamed in there. It's tricky on this one. I can get it pretty close, but I'm just missing some of it. These seats make it really awkward to try and get this in. It's falling back.
Yeah, I hate the race car seats.
It's just like you just need a better position. But then I gotta put these back down when I want to get out of the car. Even that doesn't fix it. Let me do that. Let me see about putting a rope. Quick question. Watch one of your videos and you double cut. Yeah, see, and I just knocked that off. What a waste. So we'll sneak a rope in here instead. Here we go. A little bit more. Yeah, that is tight. So I'll typically be able to do both, but this is such a stubby, short, tight dash. Trying to get a towel in here is probably going to be more of a meme. And it's probably going to fall off. We still got to clean this, don't we?
Yeah, do you want me to clean it?
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead and clean that off. And we'll be done soon.
Do you do anything different than just a razor blade?
Razor blade and squeegee it, and then I'll kind of wipe around like the mirror.
Okay.
Tips for backlash, they're always the most frustrating and difficult. Backlash is just can be when you're learning. There's always a bunch of little issues. Can I set this here for right now? Perfect. It's always a bunch of little challenges to overcome with everything. Those blades. Where'd the blades?
Oh, I put them in my one drawer down. They should be.
Nice. How did you know there was a dry spot on the back window? Because I saw it. They just look different. When you're tinting a back window or a windshield, you should never have air pockets left behind. You can have water pockets that are left behind, but you can never have air. So they just look a little bit different. And when you go to squeegee that spot, you'll squeegee right over. You'll squeegee right over it. There. Can I pull this cover off? I always have air left over. All right. You need a different squeegee that's gonna help you. This one. Get you a pink clean squeegee, an extra handle and a pink clean squeegee. So what you're doing is not pressing things out smoothly. So you're probably just scattershot squeegeeing. It should always have like overlapping direction. So what I mean by that is, see how when he squeegees, he squeegeed there from the center, and then you would overlap and squeegee just under where he squeegeed, kind of starting from the center. So you always have to make sure that like the film will be really ripply, and you have to try and get all that air out together with the water. So anytime you press the film down, it's a pressure sensitive glue. So when you push it against the glass, it wants to stick to the glass. And then when you try and squeegee it, well, it's stuck now. Some parts aren't, but some parts are. Ugh, this is... Did you take the panel stick?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no, I got it. It's right here. There we go. I don't need the mirror removed. Ooh, but it's easy now.
Yeah, but that'll definitely help a lot.
I was looking at the way that the cover presses against the window, and it'd kind of be a pain in the butt. Is this the right size? Oh, and it's
It's one of those.
one of
You
those.
probably don't need the mirror itself.
No, but it would sure make this nicer. I couldn't even see that wire there. They feed a wire directly through the mirror. So we're just tightening that back up. Mirror's gonna stay on, but the way that the housing pushes against it. There we go. So now I can just push this up out of the way. Okay. Here's the phone. Daniel.
Oh, sorry.
Sprayer. Let me take this off. Just gonna give it one quick squeegee. We'll get it installed. Take off my tool belt. Except for this.
You're gonna roll this one too, aren't you?
Yes. For sure. It's not going to be as easy as it was yesterday.
Yeah, because of that or the bottom where it's all tight.
But getting that housing out of the way, that helped. So I'm going from one side over to the next. And overlapping squeegees. Missed that. Try and catch that. This is my final pass here. So anytime you hit water with a squeegee, you're gonna be picking up dirt or a smear and pushing it somewhere. So you want to just do whatever you can to keep it as smooth as you can without leaving streaks behind. Push the edges a little bit. We'll coat it. Mine the sensors here, and then we were good to go. Okay. I like the dash towel too. I just wish I could get it in place a little bit better. Okay. I'll start on this side and just wipe this off. And we're gonna peel this and I'll roll it up from the passenger side. So because we have this big cutout here, we're gonna go up to it, but I'm not gonna peel it around the cutout. See that corner? I'm gonna stop short. It gives it just a little bit more to hang on to. And it'll keep this, what I'm trying to do is keep water from really feeding in right in here and creating a lot of little speckling. Are you afraid it's gonna crease if you pull it up like that? The liner can crease all at once. The film is still on the windshield. So we're separating the clear liner from the tint. And then we're gonna do a little unroll. Start rolling this up. We need to keep this as tight as we can. We just don't have a lot of space at the bottom edge. Yeah, it's about as tight as I can get it. All right, now we're gonna lift this off the window. Continue to roll this up. And into magical part. that probably isn't as magical anymore. But once you roll this up all the way, you got this liner here. You grab that and then start unrolling it. So now the liner is sticking to the back side.
It's magic.
Ta-da-da-da.
It's a magic trick. You pulled the plastic right through the tint.
That's what I feel like I did. Okay, so I'm gonna install it from this side. So you can go to the other side.
Okay.
It's magic.
That's what I thought the first time I saw it. I was like, dang, how'd the plastic just go through the tint like that?
I still don't know. I would never have come up with that. My mind does not work that way. I can figure a lot of things out, but weird techniques like that, they take me a while to process. I'm like, wait, what?
Do you ever pull the rope out as you tuck it in or anything?
I've done it a couple times. I don't do it unless I have to. But anytime something's an obstruction, so if the rope is kind of sitting in my way, then I would definitely pull it out before I even went to install it.
Yeah, I tend to do that sometimes.
So if I've got this rope tucked in completely out of my way, then it's not going to be an issue, and then I'll just be careful when I remove the rope.
Sometimes I'm just worried about the rope pulling the tin out after I've installed everything when I pull the rope out.
Yes. I have I'll either use a card, or if I can find it, I'll use a slim foot. Just a little extension handle.
Yeah, I've seen this one before.
Okay, so we've got the film falling away from the window. This is so I can try and just remove this out of the car. And then worry about getting it up on the car. So I can fold this in a little bit, tuck it in nicely so it's not dragging against my pillars. Give me enough room. Yeah, like that little bit right there. And that little bit right there. Seems like this area too. It's either not high enough. Oh yeah, it's not high enough. Good. That seemed to go. Cross your fingers nicely. I'm all sealed in. Ooh. Let me grab.
What you need?
Ooh, grab that pink squeegee up there.
Yep.
Get out of the car.
The pink clean?
Yes.
Pink clean.
Okay. So this is the hybrid squeegee, and this is a great squeegee for everything. You can clean and you can press out water. A pink clean is really good for cleaning off and squeegeeing because it's really soft and flexible. But one thing it's really good at too is smoothing out the film without disturbing the placement. Because these air bubbles, they all need to get worked out of the film before the glue sticks to it. Otherwise, you'll get a bunch of smears. So this is leaving quite a bit of water in the film, but it's helping me just fan out the film ahead of time.
Yeah, I never really thought of using the pink clean for that. It's a good idea.
Thank you. I had that idea this year.
This year.
This year, like summertime.
Well, I think I was gonna order some of the pink cleans, but then they were kind of expensive, so I think I stayed away.
There's even been like a broom brush, like a soft bristle brush posted that covers a lot more area. See how that water that's coming out now?
Yeah. Yep. That's what I do. I put a lot of pressure on there when I squeegee.
So for all you guys watching, you want to try and get out as much water as you can. It'll make your film dry out faster. So part of it, Tint Buster. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's got it on his site. But the pink clean is essentially that. It's not as much surface area, so I really like the brush idea. That didn't click for me this year, but 100%. I see so many students that like don't quite grasp that concept of like, this is a pressure sensitive film. You want to start squeegeeing kind of from the center and just work everything out together. Otherwise, if I squeegee some over here and I squeegee and overlap it, I'm dragging air into an area I just squeegeed. And so that's going to start to then just trap a bunch of smears. You got to get that area right there. So now that's all squeegeed out. I'm gonna fix at the bottom a little bit. There. That spot. I either gotta get used to holding this a little differently.
The shortcut? Yeah, it did feel a little bit strange
I
when
don't
I
know.
was...
I don't know what it is, but right in here, it seems like this will put pressure and this will put pressure, and then you leave. A lot of squeegees will do this, where you leave a little bit of water and air, kind of like right here, where it won't quite seal up to it.
It just felt sort of grabby when I tried to use it.
The side swipe will still kind of feel that way too. Yeah, I can see. I gotta. Here, let's switch, or just stay on the. Actually, stay on the outside.
Okay.
So for right along here. A bulldozer, a side swipe. What I like about it is like this whole thing will contour, like it's a little softer of a rubber, and it does a really good job of just fitting that curve.
Yeah, the bulldozer is definitely my go-to. I kind of like that tail fin too. Actually, I'm kind of surprised at how good that actually is at sweeping out water.
Tail fin's really good. That's better now. I don't go for like any plastic squeegees for back windows because they just, I find, they don't flex enough at the end. So like any rubber tip squeegee that's gonna really form to it.
Yeah.
What I'd like to see is like a wider blade for a side swipe. So this, if this was like, maybe like twice the width or something, because this does a pretty good job of like mashing up against the glass.
Right.
That's why I still use them.
I don't use the side swipe a ton. All those really grabby squeegee tools kind of bother me.
Yeah, you definitely have to
you need
spray the window.
Scrubber? Scrubber?
Yes. Oh yeah. And the towel. Oh no, I'll use this one. Is the orange tip hard? Oh, on the hybrid squeegee? No.
You want me to scrub this side?
I'll get it.
Okay.
You're holding camera.
Well, I could probably scrub it while I hold the camera. Try not to aim it at the floor.
We'll just make sure they can see what's going on. Is the idea. So like for the inside, it's opposite sides usually a pretty good angle. When we're squeegeeing it off, it's trying to get more up close. Because we're looking at the film now. Nice. Okay, let me grab one more towel. Clean off the inside, check it over.
Looks crispy.
Yay.
Just a little bit of, I see a little bit of water at the top though.
When is a plotter worth purchasing? When it saves you more time. That's when it's worth. So like with machines and tools, you're always trying to, what you're doing is you're buying back your time. So you can continue to do other things, get more cars in, cut patterns faster. Nice. So in the case of a plotter, if you're just doing 1 or 2 cars in a day and you have enough time to do it, then you're not going to need one. But if you're trying to cram some more business in, or you hire somebody to help you out, and then you can have them cut patterns while you're installing, and you just bought back more time. So all these things, they should make you a little better installer, a little faster, more precise. That looks nice.
Yeah, it looks like it came out really clean.
I'm looking. I don't see anything wrong with it. I'm looking through at like the light to see if there's like dimpling.
Dimpling?
Yeah. Because
Just
I
just
see it on my
like,
car.
Just like ripples, or
Like, I don't see it, which is really good. No, I'll try and point it out on my car. I got to redo the windshield on it. So when you're heating,
you ever to finish up these square windows?
yes, when you're heating a ceramic, the dryer sheets can put like a small waviness or dimpling in the film. And so like it's a subtle thing that you don't really notice until you like look for it. But once you start seeing it, you're just like, oh yeah, it's not like glassy smooth. There's like a little texture to it. So in the upper and lower portions of it is where mine looks a little bit rough. So what I just wanted to do is like redo it and just, again, take my time with shrinking it. Because I shrunk that Apex on there just like any other film. At this point, I know now to go a little slower or baby it, but I didn't think about that right in the beginning. I just treated it like every other film. What is that? This is Apex. So for one layer, it's not I wouldn't expect a problem so much, but if we start doing 2 layers of it, that all looks good. Little bit of water in the bottom that I can squeegee out. It's looking nice. So let's get this back up there. Good. It's always nice when stuff clips back together the way that it should. Perfect. Mirror is back. Is the Irish Spring soap better? I don't really notice a difference so far in what we've done.
Yeah, I really did not notice like any difference, to be honest.
That can honestly, it's kind of a good thing because it's just an alternative that dries really quickly. And I like that it's smoother. Dryer sheet's a little gritty. Not bad, but in comparison. So, worked out nice. So I just kind of want to, then I think I'll peel my windshield, redo that. And I want to try doing 2 layers. Because we're switching up our lineup here. We're going all ceramic, just in everything. But I still like the good, better, best models. So we're going to start with C2 ceramic. At least for the rest of the winter. We're going to start with C2 ceramic. But with the, like, if you start with C2 ceramic, then up from there is Apex. And then up from there, what do you do? I mean, you could have just the 2 films. But I always like a way that's just like, you know, hey, I just want to do like the craziest, best thing. Well, let's do 2 layers. And let's see how that works. So it'd probably be like a layer of like whatever your shade wants to be, and then would layer like a 70 over it. Those small windows are paint to hand cut. These ones? No.
The quarter windows?
It depends on the quarters, but with when you have a dotted border around it, it should be pretty straightforward.
Yeah, it was pretty simple.
What's the best plotter for a 2 to 3K range? It's gonna be that guy right there, the Workhorse 2. Get the Workhorse 1 if they have it available. Oh no, they just came out with the Workhorse 3. Pick yourself up a Workhorse 3. I haven't even seen a review for it yet, but I just know everything that they were doing.
Are they gonna send you one?
I don't know. Probably not.
Probably not.
Probably not, since I got the
they're
Graph
like,
Tech
we
and I've been
say-
using
yeah.
that way more instead of the Workhorse. So they're probably just gonna hang on to them and sell them.
They're like, we've sent you enough machines.
Because I can almost guarantee you at this point that they've got enough interest in like their machines. So when they come out with a newer one, it's probably just like difficult to keep up with
Yeah.
enough. I don't know for sure, but that would be my guess. I think that they're mentioned often enough that like you come out with a solid budget plotter and they're gonna move really quick. Nice. Looking good. Only offer 2 films, carbon and ceramic. Yep, I totally get it. We started calling around in our area, and there's still people that are doing carbon and ceramic, but most customers that call, if they ask about any type of film, they're just like, is that ceramic? Is it ceramic? Is it ceramic? So what we notice is that everybody is much lower and still saying ceramic, and we're having a hard time booking slots in our range for ceramic. So we're changing things where everything is now just going to be ceramic. Ooh. Do you want baby squeegee?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I've never gotten to use this before.
Squeegee on a stick. The flexibility, the little extension handle. It's just it's really nice. Like, you can still get a turbo in these just fine, but especially like the more tucked back quarter windows, it's been really nice for.
Yeah, I've never used one of these before.
I like your new Matco cart. That's this guy's right here.
That's my toolbox.
He's trying to make it all pretty. It's very aesthetic.
It's all about the aesthetic.
Oh, he doesn't have much there. Oh, he doesn't have much there yet. Hang on. He's adding. Oh, he's got lunch there.
Yeah, it's a lunchbox. I got like
We had that conversation. He wants to fill it up with a bunch of tools.
yeah, well, I don't need a bunch of tools, but I got to fill it up with something.
Enough to make it aesthetic.
Make it livable or lived in.
True. All right, I'm gonna heat this up. Press that down.
Warrior Pro.
There's one annoying quirk about Apex, and I feel like it's depends on your shrink a little bit, but I've seen it just happen. The bottoms, typically no issues. The sides, after they settle for a little bit, they can curl in. I think it more has to do with the shrink. But it's one of those things where you're just gonna let it dry out for a little while and just go back and make sure it's all laid flat. The squeegee that you use on the bottom of the side windows, are those hard? Yeah, the tri-edges, yes. These are plastic, but like a really nice, smooth, tinting textured plastic, and these will flex. So you can press harder on these, just make sure that they're cleaned off, and you can put a lot of pressure without scratching the film. So every time I make a swipe into a seal, I will just wipe it off with my finger before I swipe it again. looks good.
Do you ever have an issue with this film lifting out off the dots like this? Do you know what's happening right here?
Is it rolling?
Well, it's not really like nothing's really pushing on it, but it kept lifting up off the dots.
Is it just curling back?
Yeah. I
Um,
mean, it might be all right now, but I pressed it down once.
yeah, that's what I was talking about with here. Like, sometimes it has a tendency to then curl back on the edges. On the quarter windows, though, I haven't really seen it.
It just looked like it was in that one spot, but there's not anything pushing on it right there.
And it just pushed right down.
Pushed down, and then it lifted back up, and I pressed it down. Now it seems like it might be good.
Okay. Yeah, I just know of it from back windows and front windshields. I haven't noticed it with quarter windows yet, but we'll definitely keep an eye out.
Yeah.
I've done like a decent amount of Apex jobs, but I haven't done, like, it's never been my main film. So I think this summer we're just going to be doing a ton more of them. So
It wasn't too bad to work with at all.
good.
It was definitely a little bit tacky on the inside, especially with the defrosters on.
Yeah.
I really had to squeegee it fast to get it down, but shrinking was really nice. Carrying it in was really nice.
I was almost surprised how much it did that. Because I haven't installed it on a car yet where you have to turn on the defroster lines. So I don't know if, like, we absolutely had to. I'm just so used to having to do that that I do it anyways.
Oh, yeah, I got you. It definitely made me a little bit nervous when I was squeegeeing it out because it was drying up fast. But I think it came out all right.
What does your shield have a brown hue to it on the 35% on the above? On Pro Nano, it's mainly going to be in just the 35. Anything the 50% leans blue. 20% looks good. 5% a little bit more. You see it like coming back. I don't know, but the Pro Nano line has been like one of their longest lines of film that they've had. And we're switching to C2 because C2 ceramic has gotten much better. So our lineup is either going to be C2 carbon, C2 ceramic, and Apex, or just C2 ceramic and Apex. No, I see what you mean on the quarter windows.
Yeah, there's like I don't even know like there's nothing pushing on it.
Yeah, and you didn't shrink them,
No, I didn't.
so it has nothing to do with that. I know these small fine dots on the Fords, like any film can have just a hard time sticking to them, but that doesn't mean like they'll curl back.
Yeah, maybe just like a little bit of alcohol on them next time or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, even for prepping and wiping off the dots before this is applied would probably be a good idea. Yeah, right? Cool.
Back is wiped down pretty nice.
But yeah, everything looks good at this point. Everything looks like it's stuck. And yep, yeah, that's a solid edge. Let's get these things out of here. Oh yeah, those. That's like the hoodie seat cover thingy.
Oh, I didn't even. Yeah, I just grabbed something to try to cover up the deck a little bit.
They
the
tend to,
seats there.
those ones tend to slip. There was another one that I came across a customer had. They're like neoprene or something like that, and they stuck really well to the seats. They look good.
That's pretty nice. We had like plastic seat covers we would use sometimes.
Yeah. We could get some Tint Studio ones. That'd be super cool. It's like they're easy to come across. Like you can just find a bunch of them on a bunch of different kinds on Amazon. The nice ones are a little pricier. They're like 80 or 90 bucks.
Yeah, this came out really good.
Yeah, let me grab something quick. I don't like it. What would be an alternative to Pro Nano? Oh, you answered my question. Yeah. I go through the same things. I use other films, gone through like the same types of headaches. Pro Nano is a really solid film line. I was really thrown off always by the 35%. And so for a little while, I subbed it out with like, I would just use like C2 in its place for a little while. And now that C2 has gotten a lot better, we're just moving to C2, and then there won't be any overlap there. But yeah, yep. Oh, Mustang fun day. Inside, outside.
Do you put tape on the switches?
Yeah. Yeah, if we can find it.
Yeah. Just the seal guard.
No.
Oh, you have-
Painter's
you-
tape.
You have other painter's tape?
If we can find it. if we don't misplace it.
Yeah, I haven't seen any painter's tape in here at all.
If not, it's no big deal on this. The windows have had a lot to dry. I'm not worried about them peeling, honestly. Johnson's Super Ceramic. Interesting. Johnson's is a film company that I keep forgetting exists. I just don't know anything about them. It's kind of like learning about like a Matico. It's like you realize that there's just film companies that exist that you're just like, oh yeah. They were always one of those. I've never seen anything bad said about them. Just not a lot said about them, period.
So here's basically where I go.
Okay.
You don't ever just put seal guard on the switches?
No,
Bad idea.
I feel like it would be, maybe not in the winter, but in the summertime.
In the
It's
summer,
a
I
really
guess.
strong adhesive,
Yeah.
and I think it would just kind of melt onto the plastic if it was just like left on for too long.
Right.
I don't know, might take the labels off it, or I'm too scared. Nice. Yeah. Yeah, same thing with this windshield. Just gonna have to let it sit for a little bit. See down this bottom edge a little bit too.
What, lifting? Okay.
What was the purpose of the spray bottle? So I just put some diluted alcohol in it. So I was trying to, where's a bulldozer? Like we were saying for the dotted areas, we noticed in a couple spots it was lifting back.
Dang. That's how much of the 5 is left.
Yeah, it was
Cutting it pretty close.
glad it went well. Just want to make sure it seals down and doesn't want to curl back. There we go. Good info, big fan. Thank you. I think it's just letting it dry. PGW Tint Tempered.
Religion class day 2. That's what it says on mine. Yeah, but
Yeah. Yeah, kind of annoying. Alrighty. Looks good. Yep, that's all down. Looks nice. Alrighty, guys. That's gonna wrap up this one. Gonna end things here. I like it. Very nice. Cool. Thank you for watching. We will see you again soon. Goodbye.
you have to say to play us out. Like that Bill O'Reilly